Hello everybody and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and today... Is there anything that feels better right now in War of the Visions than getting these? Well, yeah, there is. Probably getting a UR or a duplicate or, there's a lot of things that feel good in War of the Visions right now. But let's face it, Blorb farming is not as great as... Well, it's just not the greatest thing. Anyway, blue orbs are both a joy to see and an absolute bane of the existence of everybody who is playing War of the Visions currently. For anybody who is curious or who is not playing War of the Visions or maybe interested in War of the Visions for the future global release, well, this item is going to be an item that you are particularly going to need a lot of. Why? This is one of the key items to get your job levels from level 4 to, from starting level 4 up to level 6 where purple takes over. But purple is not quite as essential as blue is. Blue is the orbs that you are going to need a fair number of because it is low enough that basically you're going to need them for a lot of your characters and your characters need a lot of them. So blorb farming, which, yes, blue and orb, just in case you didn't get the, together. Anyway, blue orb farming is leaving a lot of people a little blue in the balls because blue orb farming does not tend to work very great for everybody. Their drop rate could be described as maybe less than stellar for an item that is just so damn essential. Especially for a lot of people, I think the real frustration is, wanting to play the FF14 event, wanting to get the most out of the event, but being gated by pretty difficult battles in the EX stages, which is the only stages that drop a decent amount of currency. Needless to say, there is more than a little bit of frustration about at the beginning of the game, especially for people like me who are interested in FF14. The farm is pretty bad. Now, to be fair, because I know there are a lot of haters out there on War of the Visions, because it's like the Alchemist Code, and just because it's like the Alchemist Code means that it'll be the exact same thing. War of the Visions is already showing a little bit of self-awareness because there are double events. So there are days where, certain dungeons have double the time farming. So in other words, the drops are doubled for it. And that's great. That does make a fair amount of a difference to give people, a easier time farming because there is a fair amount of farming because right now everybody's kind of trying to get up to speed so that we can do a lot of the content that is in the game. After all, that's what we want to do. We want to play the game. And so blue orb farming is a little bit difficult. Obviously, there's plenty of times where you want to farm it, but you can't necessarily find what you're looking for. Well, I'm here to try and give a little bit of help. And I say a little bit of help because there is no definitive answer to the blue orb problem right now. And there doesn't seem to be any news yet from our mother company. But anyway, regardless of what intention there is for the future, I'm going to try today to give you a little bit of advice to try to make blue orb farming just a little bit easier. And the first piece of advice is always know your stage and plan ahead for what you are actually looking for. Take, for example, this stage. Well, this stage has a various number of items that can drop. Items to make equipment or items to level your upgrade your character. You need more than just blue orbs to level jobs up. Sometimes you need items like this, or sometimes more importantly, you need items like this. And these items are even more rare than blue orbs. But you can very easily tell what a character needs by looking at their job. The job will basically tell you. If it's a time mage, it's going to need this little doodad eventually. And it's better to plan for the future than just focus on the short term, because otherwise you're probably going to be disappointed. So for blue orb farming, my first piece of advice is never aim for the blue orbs. There are tons of stages that have blue orbs. Focus on trying to get these items for the characters that you know you want to use. At this point, War of the Visions, like, it's too early in the game's lifespan to start be thinking about maxing every character. You know, like currently in Brave Exvius, that is something that you could potentially do quite a bit easier, since there are easier ways to level, there are easier ways to get equipment, there's easier ways to do all this kind of stuff. You know, like, these things already exist in that game. Yes, it's still limited, but it's much easier than War of the Visions. War of the Visions just came out, and over time, everything will become easier. But anyway, focus on trying to get these orbs. If you know you have a thief-based character or a ninja-based character, find the icons that they will need and farm for those. That will at least give you a bigger area of things that could drop for you, potentially. If you have more things that are potentially able to drop for you, well, that's great news. It means that you are multitasking and making better use of your energy. There isn't, like I said, there doesn't seem to be any consensus yet that there is a particular stage that drops blue orbs more than others. However, from my experience very early, I have noticed that there are some stages that seem to have higher drops than others. So it happened to me this weekend because, you know, in talking with the community and just playing myself, when I was farming for orbs, I kind of needed specific icons. I really was looking for acupuncturist, very, very easy. So I came to this mission right here, because I also thought it was a Dragoon icon. Whoops. Anyway, by doing this stage, it is not guaranteed that it will have the best drops ever. It will just kind of guarantee you that you have particularly, potentially really good drops. I have gotten 4 to 6 orbs, blue orbs, out of this stage. And this stage is incredibly easy, meaning that you can bring basically any characters that you are wanting to get more job points, more experience, and as well, more compatibility. That is another thing that you kind of have to remember is a thing in the game. If specific units spend a lot of time fighting together and also, you know, work together often enough, they get a little bit of a bonus the more time they spend. So that is a good use of your potential time. Again, you can always just leave this game on auto and 1.5 times speed to get the items, to do the farming, to make your life a little bit easier. But yeah, this is a pretty good stage because you can just basically throw any characters in it. It's very, very non-threatening to anything, so you don't have to worry about your characters dying and losing bravery or any danger or anything. And again, I cannot guarantee that it will be the best blue orb drop ever. I have not done enough research to really figure it out. I just know that from all my experience, a lot of stages drop 2 orbs, and a lot more runs will drop 0, but this stage has been incredibly generous, dropping potentially upwards of 6 orbs, you know, and that is a pretty high drop rate that is at least worth considering. Now watch it drop 0. I'm pretty good at that, at guessing that. So yeah, it doesn't take really that long to auto this stage. It's pretty good for just bringing any characters. For instance, currently I'm bringing Fina with me because Fina was recently found to have a pretty good ability, and I'm wanting her to get some job points without killing her bravery in the guild barracks or anything like that. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that currently this is a really, really good thing if you are looking for a potential stage. I will not just be like, wow, this is guaranteed to give you guys all the blue orbs you could ever want and more. I just know that I've had particularly good luck with this one and a few other stages too, which I will show after this run. Hopefully we'll see something here. Also, I kind of messed up and did one of them. But yeah, I do have hope that War of the Visions will potentially fix this, or at least give up events. They've given a fair amount of up events already to increase the amount of stuff that you can farm from War of the Visions. Like, for instance, this week we saw a lot of the elemental items get farmable. This weekend has been unlimited gill snappers. So there is the potential that we're going to see a fair number of drop rate up events. Again, not guaranteed, but it's sure better than nothing. I would definitely take, the possibility that this happens rather than, nothing at the start. That would be more worrying than anything. Oh, we chucked a rock at him. And it should also be noted that War of the Visions, like if you quit a stage, much like Brave Exvius, unfortunately, you do not get the energy back. So like even if right now we were to, I don't know, pause it and take a look, oh, we're not getting one this time, it looks like. Well, you're at least getting some items, and those items will be useful eventually. But yeah, the blue orb drop rate, it just generally needs to be improved because it is way too low for an item that you need 75 times 3 for each character that you have. So you need about 225 of these blue orbs per character over the character's lifespan. Times that by 5 for an entire party, and it gets a little scary in the numbers that you need to farm, considering that you can do stages like this and just get 0 drops. Hey, at least Mont leveled. That's a big... Hey, we got 2. There you go. So yeah, the drop rate has been pretty friendly for me on this one. There's also been a couple of other ones that I like. Again, if you're farming for something else, farm that stage. In chapter or part 2, or I don't know exactly what it is. But anyway, in 2.2, right in here, I have found some pretty good stages as well. This stage currently right here, this stage as well right here has been pretty generous for me. And farming, again, I can't guarantee it. I can just say that while I've been looking for other items, these stages have dropped a large amount of blue orbs, which is benefited me. And hopefully it will benefit you too. But all I can wish you at the end of this video is a definite good luck. And I'm spamming their Twitter account to increase the drop rate. I'm trying my best, even in Japanese. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.